Hey everybody, this is Guy with Survive, and right now we're going to be covering the GSO 4.5 standard and the GSO 4.5 bushcraft. So jumping right into it, we have some commonality between the two in the profile. Both of these are 9.5 inches in length with a 4.5 inch blade. We're going to look at the standard here first. So with the standard, this is a late arrival to the lineup. It's a 150 thick, 0.150 thick blade with a saber grind, and we have a 1 to 2 thou thicker edge on this knife compared to the bushcraft. It's a nice all-arounder. We had some folks who really like the bushcraft template, but they wanted something a little more robust and similar to our GSO-4. So we went ahead and did that, and it is a beautiful package. This weighs 7.6 ounces. And we're going to turn this around here and look at our hidden lanyard. So we've done this, I think, since about 2013. I've never liked the way knives usually have a side lanyard hole that it causes a hot spot or is in some way repugnant to the usefulness of the knife. I don't use a lanyard a lot of the time, so I just like a clean workspace, but I also understand people who do like a lanyard. So we've added that. So whichever way you want it, we've got your back there. So it's not in your way unless you want something there. So looking at this profile, it's a little bit different than some of our other knives. It's more of what I would call like an outdoor knife profile here, optimized for carving and extended work where you just don't want anything to stand out about the handle. You can index really well because the top of the handles are pretty flat, but we do have some nice contouring. But since there's no intended stabbing or slashing or anything with this design, we purposely left everything really relaxed to just be useful in a wide variety of grips without causing any hot spots or hand fatigue. So looking at the bushcraft, the handles are the same between the two, but we have a 0.115 thick blade and a lower grind here. It's very strong, but it is on a nice, it's 11 to 12 thou cutting edge shoulder here. It's what we grind it down to before sharpening it. So it's gonna be right around probably 13 thou after sharpening. So all the same features otherwise, just in a lighter 6.5 ounce package that is more optimized for whittling and slicing efficiency, just for a lot of bushcraft tasks and people who practice that, or you just get bored out of camp and you want to carve something. So it's just a nice carver. It's very, very comfortable to hold and use, just very much like this design. So like all of our newer knives here, it's going to have the Idaho made engraving. And these two are both in our signature peen finish. It's very, very nice. It's a good uniform finish. It's all sealed up, abrasion resistant, and I think it's just really aesthetically pleasing. So as always, heat treated by Peter's Heat Treat to 6061 Rockwell. This is our latest heat treat protocol. It holds an edge very, very well, and we have a really good resilient 3V blade using that 3V super steel. So thanks to Crucible and the folks over at Niagara for providing really high quality materials for us to work with. Looking at the sheath, this is kind of our signature design here. It's got good retention. We have our drain channel system here. I've never liked just a hole out the bottom or a hole on the side, just due to surface tension. The water usually tends to stick in there if you put a blade away wet or it gets rained down in there. So this is an innovation from back in about 2013 that we came up with to allow the water to have somewhere to go and then drain away. This can be configured for a left or right-handed carry, or you can also, in addition to our clip system we'll cover here in a minute, with all of our eyelets and spacers here, all these slots, you can put a tech lock or a litany of mounting options on here if you don't like our belt loop mount. So looking at our belt loop mount, real quick here, I got a little out of order, but that's okay. We'll do more videos and get better at it. We have a new offset plate style here instead of our old 2-prong belt clip. Folks generally weren't liking the way that it rides a little high. Most of us are a little fluffier, so sometimes the handle could bite into your side. So we came up with this system that gets the whole knife a little lower and off of your side. A t-shirt could even tuck back in here really nicely if you're around camp. And this clip is excellent for going over a belt, or what I like about it is it can go over a pocket or over the top of your pants. You can just kind of throw it on anywhere and just walk around camp and have the knife on you when you need it. So we have an offset plate and then a standard clip. What I went ahead and did is I like Sagewood Gear's dangler and belt loop options as well, so we made our whole spacing compatible with all of those options. If that's something you wanted to pick up, you can go ahead and skip the offset plate and go right for the dangler or the belt loop option. So there's that. One thing we want to look at real quick is, I'll just put this in here. We always build in a thumb ramp here. So when you pick up one of our knives, if you're going to be retracting it here, we just try and thoughtfully design everything so that when you pull this out, it pulls out really nice and naturally, and it's just really easy and intuitive to use. So there you go. So that's our first. That might have been a little rough, but we'll keep working on refining that. So there you go. We've got the GSO 4.5 standard and bushcraft.